How's it going, everybody? Here's another installment of our barn remodel or portable building redo, where we're turning it into basically living space where a person can actually sleep or in it or live in it or whatever. Right now it's going to be basically a bedroom, as y'all know. Alright, we're still working on the wiring because I only get to work on it a little bit at a time. And excuse me, I got thirsty. You ever, I like my sweet tea, and it's only sweet because we use stevia. You ought to use the stuff, good stuff, 0 calories, and it tastes great. Alright, we run 12-2 wire in this building, and that's kind of overkill in just about any standard. 12-2 is for like 20 amp service, and we won't ever use anything that would need 12-2 that we know of, but it costs a little bit more. That's what we bought, was 12-2, and these plug-ins are 15 amp, and they call for 14-2, which is 15 amp stuff. You can put 12-2 on there, but you know, and if we ever want to go to a 20 amp plug and 20 amp service, like if we want to do something big, all we have to do is change the plug. We've got one plug over here that is going to be for the air conditioner, and you can tell the difference other than the color too. See, it's got that little extra deal in there. Other than that, that's the only appearance difference. It shows you that it's 20 amp. The little air conditioner that we're putting in there would run off of 15 amp, because we got one just like it running off 15 amp, and it's doing great. But we opt for this, and it's going to be 2 different services, one going to the air conditioner, and we're also going to use an infrared electric heater in here too, and it'll also be plugged in there during the winter months. As you can tell, we've done a few things. Here's a light switch. Had to run basically power to it. There's only 2 sides, so you put the hot on one side, and then I'll bring another wire and put the black on the other side of the switch, and then run it actually to the ceiling fan, and then I'll take a wire nut and screw the 2 whites together, and then they'll run to the ceiling fan. That way this only kills the black. And there's other ways of doing that, but that's the way we're doing it. There's a million different ways of doing this stuff. Alright, we run the wire. We've still got several different things to do. But like right here, we ran, instead of like doing a big old cobbled up wire nut mess, we ran the wire up to the plug, and the plug looks just like this one here. We ran it, the white on one side, black on the other, white on one side, black on the other, and then it come right back down. That way, we kind of wasted just this much wire, but in my opinion, it's a lot safer to do it that way than wire nuts, because, well, the less wire nuts and less junction boxes and all that, the better, I would think. And then we just kind of taped it up to keep it nice and neat, you know. And we just came back around through here, did the same thing right here at this plug, cut the wire, put it on one side, put the other wire on the other side, just kept coming around. Now we're to this plug, and I'll basically show you what I'm doing here. And my old rusty tools here, but they work great. Alright, the end of the wire is down there, and you want to make sure you do it where you don't have a whole bunch of cut up pieces laying everywhere, because it's kind of hard to use a little cut up pieces. So every wire that we've cut has been cut to length basically, and we've kind of found that out the hard way doing things. So like right here, there's going to be no waste, so I want a little bit of extra, so I'm going to cut it, say like right here. I mean, you don't have to be exact. I mean, It ain't that deal. Of course, this wire will come in from the other side. It's got little knockout deals in this plug-in. These little boxes here are excellent, and they're only like 24 cents. I believe it was at Home Depot and Lowe's. They're the same price, and we use both because we live about 20 miles from a Home Depot and 20 miles from a Lowe's, and you just pull your wire like that right there, one in to the bottom there, and the other one through the other side. Now, I ain't no wiring expert, and y'all should know that, and I'm sure somebody's going to comment saying that I did it the hard way. Well, this is the way I'm doing it, but this is the way I know how to do it. I do have some wiring books that I've looked at, and stuff like that, and I've got several friends that does it. Alright, this is kind of a, if you ain't got one of them, you need to get one. Them are sweet. Takes them box cutter blades, but it's retractable like that. I mean, it's heavy duty, you can clip on your belt. I've seen guys carry these like pocket knives. I don't like carrying pocket knives, but even got a place in there to store extra ones. You can flip it around, got two different blades, super sharp. As you can tell by the blood on my finger, I cut myself a while ago. But take the wire or the knife and stick it right in the center, the dead center of that wire, and just go down. And the reason why you stick in the center is the way these are wrapped is your coated wire, the black is on one side and the white is on the other, and the non-coated ground is in the center. So if you go through and cut something, you're just going to hit that. You know, you ain't going to hurt nothing. Because you don't want nicks and cuts like that, because it could possibly cut into each other. And then you just do the other one the same way. I mean, if you cut this off and you realize you need more room to mess with or something like that, see, I didn't even cut that, and that's just tearing that back. Just cut that off like that. I don't have real fancy tools, wire strippers and all that. I just take this right here, cut that back. Pretty easy. But this is right here is where you can make a boo-boo. Cut your finger. You don't want to cut the finger. Anyway, make sure you get it all off, or it might not make a good contact or something. That's where the wire strippers come in handy. I've got some somewhere, I just don't know where it's at. Yeah, I did. See, it's some of the wire strippers are a whole lot faster than this, but shoot, this ain't taking no time. Really? I guess I got patience. Alright, here's the plug in. Just stick it on there like that. Most of these on the back of them, like right there, it says hot wire. That's the brass side. And then like the chrome side is your white wire. I mean, every one of these plugs, this is a different brand than the other one that we was using, because we got a different place. But one was a Cooper, this is the Eagle. But anyway, they're pretty much all the same. And even like the ground is green. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's like standard. And you just put the hot side, black, on one side. Get your trusty old needle nose pliers. Go on the end of it. Kind of roll it around a little bit. Not all the way, or you ain't going to get around this nut. Stick it on there like that. Then I take that needle nose pliers, without pinching your fingers, and just kind of close up that gap. And just take the old screwdriver, tighten it down. They don't get much easier than that. You know what I'm saying? Then you take the black from the other side. That out of the way. Getting all this stuff cooperating with you. But you want to turn, you want to make your bend go clockwise with the screw. You know, like if you're going around the screws, notice that I went around clockwise with it, because when you're turning, you know, you're turning clockwise to tighten it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but when you're tightening it, you want it to go with the wire. So like this here. You can see, and then you just tighten it and it goes down. That one there. But definitely put the black on the black and the white on the white. If you put black on white, and then you put power to this thing, boom! Yeah, stuff could not be good. Then you put the white on this side, same as you do the black. And then, you know, same clockwise deal. And then you got to hook your ground up to here. And that's where it kind of gets interesting, is with this being heavier gauge wire. You've got to wrap it around the green terminal right there for the ground. And that's important, especially, you know, if you got kids and stuff like that. You know, there's another plug in there. Same thing. Yeah, there's the Cooper one. So that's two different brands and identical. Can't really tell the difference. But anyway, that's as simple as I know. And then we'll go down there and to the next plug-in, and I think that's where the entry will be for this circuit over there against that one. And then we'll just, instead of we'll just pigtail off of this with another wire, just like we are here. We're going to drill a hole in the floor, and then we'll run the wire out, and then run it to our breaker box. And let's get the wire out. I've got some pipe I'm going to put it in, just in case mice or whatever decide I want to chew on it or something. I've got some heavy duty stuff I got from the mill. Anyway, that's up to you on that, because some people want to bury it and stuff like that, and I don't know if you can bury this particular brand or not. Some of it is indoor, outdoor. I think this is mainly indoor. Yeah. All right, until the next video.